So in today's Tableau tutorial, we are going to learn how to make lollipop charts. And then we are going to see how we can have a little fun with the lollipop charts and icons so that we can make a little more pleasing views. So let's get started. To make this, I've used the sample superstore dataset. And for those of you who do not know how to open the sample superstore dataset, you just have to type tableau, open the app. When you open Tableau, you'll be able to see that there is an option to connect to any of the Microsoft Access file, to JSON file, Access file, PDF files, or to any of your data files which are there on the server. In my case, I'm using sample superstore dataset so that everybody can follow along. This is a preset data that is available with each and every version of Tableau so that you can quickly follow along. Now, we are going back on the views to give you a little idea on what exactly we have created in this view. So what we have done is that we have taken the category and the subcategories over here. So we have shown a view at a category level, say furniture, and then shown the subcategories at the bottom. We are also showing one graph is essentially a bar and the other is a circle. That's how a lollipop chart is made. And within it, we are seeing that the profit margin has got calculated over here. And this is being rated on the basis of sales. So that's all that you need to know. So I'll just pull categories. And then I'll move category over here. I'll move subcategory over here. Then I'll just take sales. I'll move sales over here. One of the simplification is that I press a control and do this over here. So you see that I've got a dual, I've got two charts. And as soon as I create two charts, and every time a two chart is created, once we put two measures on the columns. As soon as you get a dual graph, you see that the two panes created over here. One is for the first graph and the other one is for the second graph. Cool. Now, what do we need to do is that we need to combine these two graphs and we need them to show as one. So one graph is essentially a bar graph and the other graph is the one which will give you the circle. So I'll just go to automatic and click circle over here and that's it. Now, this next step is to combine these two graphs. For combining these two graphs, you just go and click on the axis of the second graph, right click over it and select dual axis. As soon as you do dual axis, just make sure that your graph one is also not getting automatically converted to a circle. So you need to go back and check bar so that you can see that there is a bar and now there is a small circle. In order to make the circle more vivid, we can actually change the color over here for now. So it's a little red, so you can see that this is there. In order to make the view also a little better, I'm moving from standard to entire view so I can make use of the entire sheet. And this is essentially it. And now what are we going to do is that we're going to format. So this is more of a horizontal view and we started with a vertical view here. So we're going to just press a Control W and it's going to move it like this. The next is essentially your dual axis chart, your lollipop chart is all there. All you need is to format it right now. So the first thing that we are going to do is that we're going to synchronize the axis. So if you can see on the first axis, it's getting finished at $300,000, but here it's getting finished at $350,000. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on synchronize axis so that both of them are in sync. And since both these axes are now in sync, we can get rid of one of the axes. And I prefer to, because we usually read the chart from left to right, I prefer to get rid of the right axis. And I do so by going and clicking on that axis, pressing a right click, doing edit axis, removing the title, and then going to tick marks and saying that I need none tick marks. And that's it. And that's how you've got rid of the other axis. It's essentially there, it's just not being viewed. Now the next thing that I have to do is that I have to pull this a little up and make it them a little readable. So I'll just move here and I'm just going to rotate it. So we have this rotated label and that's there. Now, the next thing that I need to do is that I need all of these circles to be color coded basis the sales. So if you go back to the view that I started with, you'll see that all these circles are being color coded by sales. So if you have a higher sales value, you are at a darker shade of purple, and if you have a lower sales value, you are at a lighter shade of purple. But maybe the profit margin may be different. So the values inside the circle is profit margin. That's what we've done. So we go back to our graph, and what we're going to do is that we're going to take the sales and drop it on the color. And as soon as we drop it on the color, you'll see that the entire color of this chart has changed. So you can quickly go and first of all select the purple color here by clicking on the small drop down arrow over here and click edit colors. And I'll just go and select the purple color and select OK. And that's it. I'll just increase the size a little bit so that, yeah, it's there. And for this, I'm going to just reduce the slider. And I'm going to change the color to, okay, and to manage space, I'm just going to remove height. Okay, and I'm just going to add a little thing. So I'm just going to tidy this up a little bit, and that's it. Now the next thing that we have to do is that we have to get the numbers over here. And to get the profit margin over here, I generally calculate the profit margin here itself. So I'll just take the sum of profit divided by sales. And here we just need to select profit. And here. So you just take this as labels. That's the profit margin, and I'm just going to quickly edit it in the labels by just moving it a little above right there. Yep, and it's done. So I have for furniture, bookcases, and if you want to sort it quickly, like from the highest to the lowest, that's how you can sort, and that is what you will get. And this is effectively the same thing that we started. This is effectively the same thing that we started with: 27, 47.1, 28, 131, and the numbers are the same. Cool. So this is one example of what you can do with a Lolipop chart. Another thing that you can do with a Lolipop chart is that I'll just duplicate this to quickly show you how you can play around with icons. And I'll just duplicate this, and because I did not have time to create icons for each and every subcategory, I'll just do it at a category level. Sorry, I'll just do it at category level. And here you can see that it's a circle. But what if I do not want it to be a circle and I want it to be a shape? And check on shapes. And yep. And then select custom shapes from here. So I can just go and click on more shapes. Then I did create some. So for furniture, I have one. Okay. So the reason I can't assign one for furniture, office supplies, and technology is because it's going to, if I select it over here, it's going to assign the chair to all of these, which is not what we are looking for. So what we're going to do is that I've removed the profit margin label also for now from here, because we're going to move this to the bar. And what we're going to do is that we can just take the category and put it on the shapes. And then we can go to shapes, icons, sample superstore shapes. Assign furniture, this one, office supplies, this one, and technology, this one, and go, boom. And instead of taking this color, we can change the color to say black, because that is what we started with. I don't have black color, so let's create a darker color, say gray or warm. Stepped color, 3, that's it. And the above one, we can use a color which is a little light. Yeah. Change the color to be something else. Purple or brown. No. Change the color to be darker version of color, blue. Okay, I'll take this as this color, and I'll just make this color to be more light. Okay. Basically, you can choose any color. I have chosen the red color, and color coded the icons too. But if you want, you can simply remove the color coding from the icons based on some of the sales, and you can have this. So now you have 3 bar charts. Okay, so you can see this as this, and next, instead of having the profit margin mentioned with this, we can have the profit margins mentioned on the bar. So we can do this. Okay, one quick tip that I can also share with you is that instead of every time like we created it on the pill itself, we can just press a control, take this towards the pane, and it will automatically create a calculated field for you. So you don't need to like if you've done a I usually prefer to do a calculation here directly, but if you just want to take this and drop this down so as to carry forward it to the other sheet as well, you can just do this thing. So it's a quick tip that you can do. So what we're going to do is that we're just going to drop the profit margin on the label sector. We are going to format it better. So we're going to just click on the small drop down arrow over here, or sorry, here. We're just going to click on the label over here and check the alignment. So I'm okay with the alignment over here. That's how I want it. And for the text, I want it in bold. So I'll just quickly bold it. And yeah, so this is how I want it. So this will look really very cool if you are going to compare it across different companies and you're going to add the company logos. So it's going to look really pretty cool on those sense. So you can also use the idea of Lollipop charts like this. And that's it. Yeah. So I'm going to put a link to the description to both these worksheets so that in case anybody wants to download it, they can download it from there and follow along or have a better look at the calculations and how I went about with it.